Hello everyone, this is part 10 of my video series titled America, a Strange Dream, God's Weird Ways. I want to share with you a dream I had on 29th December 2020. I shared it with my mother and she asked me to jot it down because most of the time I forget the dream after some time. I've been taking part in the Give Him 15 prayer walk by Dutch Sheets and team. I was super excited reading the dreams which servants of God had about the current situation in America and little disappointed that I was not seeing even one dream pertaining to the US. The Lord usually speaks to me through the scriptures and rarely through visions and dreams. So I prayed once or twice about my desire to have dreams about America if it was His will. Because God is unique in His ways and He knows best, and therefore I did not insist on it. My dream had a rather impossible or strange ending, yet I wrote it down, not really understanding the message behind it. Now, regarding the dream and a little background about it. I worked in a college in a metro city located in my neighboring state for a year. In the beginning, all my colleagues were very friendly, but towards the end, I started experiencing hostility from other staff members. The Lord warned me about it a week before it happened from the book of Daniel, so I was expecting something would happen. An important event happened in our college that week, and I decided beforehand not to speak unless necessary, as I was the most junior staff from my department. And others had several years of experience, and I was the only outsider from the neighboring state. After my seniors spoke about the measures to promote the well being of the college, the principal raised a question for me, and I had to speak about an international patent I held on a particular subject. The principal was excited that one of her staff had an international patent. She praised my efforts and suggested that we should include that information in the college website and other credentials that might help us to apply for more funding for the college. She also suggested that she will provide support for me to continue postdoctoral studies abroad for short term with salary so that the college will be benefited in the process. And that was it. The senior staff members in my department could not digest it, and on returning to our office, I saw a very different side of them, trying to attack me for speaking about the international patent, and started questioning my role in the patent. They were really pissed off at the special favor I received. The senior most probably feared that I might be promoted and I will be a threat for them because they all knew that the principal had a soft corner for Christians and would do anything she wants if she likes a person. So the warning God gave me from the life of Daniel was fulfilled that day. I had a friend, Irwin, who stayed near me in the official apartment. She helped me in the beginning to get settled and acted very friendly. But when this incident happened, I was informed by another friend, Sherry, from the botany department, to be careful about what I share with Irwin because she might be passing on my feelings to the senior staff members in my department to get their favor. They all belonged to the same state, and I was the only foreigner. Scientific research has always been my passion, and I didn't want to do manipulative research just to get promoted, which many were doing there. Because of the extremely poor facilities there, I left that job to pursue higher studies abroad. I'm coming to the dream and the role of Donald Trump and Mike Pence. Now in the dream, I was standing with my friend Sherry. We were together with our luggage in a bus station, waiting for the right bus to take us home as it was holiday time. Though we were from two neighboring states, our homes were near the state borders, only 40 kilometers apart, so we could travel home traveling a distance of 730 kilometers by taking the same bus. Sherry was a native of that state and she had been working there for several years, and therefore she knew the language and system better than me, who was a foreigner to that state. In my country, each state has its own mother tongue. I can speak her language fairly well, but I cannot read or write in her language. I had much trust and love for Sherry as she stood by my side, at least in my understanding, when there was hostility towards me in the college from other staff members in my department. In the dream, when a certain bus arrived, she rushed forward to check the name board, and I ran behind her with my luggage. She got into the bus, and before I reached, the bus started moving. I expected Sherry to look back and see that I was still outside, so that she can inform the conductor and ask him to ring the bell and stop the bus so that I can also get in. But to my shock, she never looked back and went into the interior of the bus. To my pain and utter disappointment, I saw the bus climbing up a steep hill and disappearing from my sight. America, does this sound familiar to you? I sat down in shock and picked up my phone to see if Sherry tried to call me, but I found no call history. I waited for a while. No. Then I realized that I had been purposefully left out. I waited for long hours looking for a bus to take me home. I found buses going to other places, but not to my hometown. I was getting weary and tired as hours passed by. Then from the crowd a man in an expensive waistcoat and around 50 years age approached me. He stood distinct from the crowd because all other travelers were wearing ordinary clothes. He told me that he owns an airline and I can travel in his plane to my city. I told him that I did not bring my passport as I intended to travel by bus, nor do I have the money with me now to pay for the flight charges. He said I need not worry about those things now, that he has made all arrangements for me to take the flight. As directed by him, I moved to the front of the bus stand with my luggage, and then I did not see him. I saw a plane slowly moving into the land in front of me, and I heard a message asking me to take a few steps back so that they can place the air stairs. I stepped back, and when the stairs were placed, I climbed up the steps, but not with confidence, because I did not have the passport or the ticket or the money to pay for the flight. I was just obeying what he told me, and I seemed to be the only one climbing the steps. When I entered the flight, strangely, there was a big space where several dinner tables were arranged on either side, and they were almost near to completion. Then I moved forward, wondering, what will I tell the flight staff? Suddenly, to my surprise, when I put my hands in the pocket of my bag, I found my blue passport in the chamber. I was half relieved that, oh, I have something to show the staff. No one approached me or asked me for anything. In the next scene, I found myself seated on the right side near the window, and the plane started running. Now, the strange thing was that the plane was running through the tarred road which buses, cars, and other vehicles take. From the window, I could see that the plane was running very fast through the middle of the road. It was not flying and overtaking the buses and other vehicles. I saw as the plane was pacing forward, the buses were being pushed back and they were trailing behind. In my mind, I was saying, now I will reach home several hours before Sherry, even though she left me on the way. And I am enjoying this trip with great food and a pleasant journey, unlike Sherry who got into the bus. That was the end of the dream. On the day, that is on the 29th of December 2020, when I saw the dream, I felt like now I cannot even trust Sherry. But the second part of the dream looked weird to me, and so I left it at that. But on the 20th of January 2021, in the afternoon, when I was about to take a nap, the revelation from the Holy Spirit suddenly hit my heart that this dream was about Donald John Trump and the Vice President Mike Pence. How Trump was betrayed by Mike Pence on January 6 by the decision he took at the House. Sherry, whom I trusted, left me in the middle of the road to take her to her destination. Why did I not think about it before? The answer is simple, because on December 29th, when I had the dream, the betrayal had not happened and therefore I had no clue. Now I could relate it. Now, who myself in the dream stands for Donald John Trump, and Sherry, the betrayer, stands for Mike Pence. Who was the gentleman in the expensive waistcoat who opened the path for me to travel to my home or destination? It was Jesus, the Son of God, who will be opening the way for Donald John Trump to God's destiny for him, who tasted betrayal from Judas when he was in the flesh. Why was I asked to take a few steps back to get into the plane? God had to place the stairs for me or Trump to climb into the plane. Why did the plane come to the bus stand? God comes to the just and righteous and meets them at their point of need. Why was there a restaurant like setup in the plane? Because I really love the Western and Eastern cuisine that is served in flights, especially from other countries. God is going to fulfill the desires of Trump's heart just as he fulfilled mine. What does the plane running fast through the road mean? God's ways are strange and weird. He asked Joshua to march around the mighty Jericho wall and it fell. I don't know any other wall that fell when humans walked around it. God asked Moses to strike the rock and water gushed out to satisfy millions of Israelites. I don't know any other rock which satisfied the thirst of millions of people other than Christ. God allowed Ezekiel, king of Judah, and his people to sleep, and the angel of the Lord killed 185,000 Assyrians in the night. I don't know of any war that was won by sleeping. God is a unique, intelligent strategist who likes to do novel things never tried out before by mankind. Whatever be the route he chooses, the victory is for God's chosen one, his appointed one, his anointed one, his righteous one, and the betrayers will be left behind in the trailing bus to lose. Today, on the 23rd January 2021, I nearly woke up to the sound of the JCB digging the road in front of my home. I felt the Lord saying, I'm digging up the things underground and bringing it to the surface for everyone to see. I also heard Morocco, but I don't know what it means now. Thank you for your time and patience.